I wanted to do something I haven't really done in a long time. Well, technically, I do it every year in January, um, and I do it for the whole year. I wanted to do a movie review, honestly. Um, and the movie I wanted to talk about is Birdman, Michael Keaton movie. Um, I'll be honest, I was very impressed. I just got home after seeing it. Um, and it was what I was expected, but it was more than what I expected. Uh, I mean, it present and some of it may have been partly my experience in the theater tonight. Um, but it presented kind of everything about movies and film that kind of everything I can relate to everything it was talking about. Um, and so the basic plot line, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but the basic plot line is that Michael Keaton essentially plays a dramatized version of an actor much like himself. This actor became famous in the 90s playing a superhero, in this case, the Birdman. Um, I don't believe it's related to the Birdman of the old cartoon fame. Um, I believe they just kind of made it up as a different Birdman. The point is that this actor is now many years older, and he is trying to essentially claim his own legitimacy as an actor. And he's trying to do so by financing, directing, and starring in his own Broadway play. It's essentially it's in a smaller theater on Broadway, but a Broadway play nonetheless. I think they said it was 800 seats, which, from what I understand, is a smaller theater. Never been to New York, never been to Broadway, so I don't know 100%. Just going on what I got from the movie. Um, but literally right from the first shot, something is not quite right. And I don't want to even explain that one to you. But the movie, it kind of feels the whole time like you're experiencing it through the mental state of the main character. Um, there's a thunderstorm here. Sorry for the rain sounds and the and the lightning and thunder. You probably can't see the lightning. Anyway, so you experience the movie emotionally in the same way as the actor experiences. The actor Michael Keaton plays experiences the course of events, even when he is not present in the scene. There's just kind of this slightly off feel to it, like you're not perceiving things exactly as they're happening. And as the movie progresses, we do see his mental state deteriorate. Maybe that's one good thing I did like. They left it kind of open. One of the struggles he's going through, though, is while he is trying to find legitimacy for himself and in some way in his own mind to make up for his not so good past. While he's trying to do this, he's having these, I don't know if I'd call them episodes, but essentially he acknowledges it in the film that he's talking to a voice in his head, which is of the character he used to play, Birdman. And there are different let's say, societal forces um, in the course of the story that are trying to tell him that he is worthless because he was this sci-fi superhero actor in Hollywood, and that he would never be serious in a theatrical Broadway play sense. And essentially, it's a fight between his ego and his perception of reality. And the entire film is edited in such a way and staged in such a way that it feels like one continuous shot, even though there are places where you will notice that they hold, and they do hold, and they will obviously have changed shots or reset the staging and whatnot. But they do it in such a way that it blends seamlessly, and you feel kind of like you're floating through the whole movie, just following along these characters. And I really enjoyed that. Visually, it's a very appealing movie. And I'm not just talking about some of the fantasy sequences that may or may not be going on in his head. Just the staging of the play they're putting on, and the lighting and the different scenes. It's all done very, very well. And I haven't seen a movie done that well in a while. On top of that, I kind of got my the two ends of the spectrum as far as what respect for the movies, I guess. Respect for film and the movies in the theater when I was there. And by saying that, I mean that from the beginning, almost as soon as I sat down, there were some folks behind me, about 4 of them. I think it was 2 older couples. Honestly, they were kind of like my parents' age. Not older, but older than me. Like, they're not elderly, but they're my parents' age. I'm in my mid-30s. And they were trying desperately, I'm sure they were out on a date night or something, but they were trying desperately hard to sound like they really knew what they were talking about film. So they were the people that took things more serious than they needed to be. And then about mid-film, for about 10 minutes, there was a younger couple, probably late high school, early college age, that came down and sat directly in front of me, literally in the seat, 2 seats right in front of me. And they watched for a minute. Obviously, it wasn't the movie they thought it was going to be. And they got up and left. So, in the back of me, I had older, kind of stodgy, self-important folks in the front. The carelessness of youth. And that really kind of, in retrospect, that added to the tone of the film in kind of a brilliant way. As if they had staged it, it would have been hilarious. I mean, but they didn't, so it was perfect. Anyway, I'm going on way too long. Birdman, good movie, very well done. Go see it. Unless you're expecting it to be a straight-up action superhero film, because that's not really what it is. And if you're expecting it to be way too artsy, don't go see it, because that's not what it is either. It's a perfect blend. And maybe the best movie I've seen in 2014. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, all right, I've gone too long. Bye.